Okay, I know how to unmute myself, I swear to God. Ugh, we should be live now, no delay. I'm just here. So, excuse me, I had some more popcorn. We can step through some things in a little bit more detail and talk about your questions, what I was thinking, all of that good stuff. So let's jump back over here. So there's a question before I restarted the stream. Did I scout well this game? Like up the left outside the caves. There ended up not being a real reason to scout on this map. There were a couple of things that I think I could have done differently. So let's play the first couple of turns here. Alright, so he gets a bunch of footpads. I think that's too many. I think that's too many movement units. I get the units that I got. He's gonna move out. Captures a bunch of villages. And moves out over here. I mean, we know what I do. This is where I'm not sure if this was correct. Because I move my... Apparently I'm not allowed to see stats. Oh, maybe because you can't see me? Interesting. But I move my does this work? Glider, that's what they're called. I move my glider down south, which means that they can't really scout super well. So that was not great. What I think I did identify... Actually, I want to see this. Alright, so that's where he sees that I'm Drakes. He sees that I'm Drakes before I see that he is dwarves. And when he sees that, he immediately recruits a fighter. And a thunderer. He's going down the left side. And I had sort of already known that the side channels can be an issue. While he charged you, I thought the endgame was on his starting side. No, absolutely was not. He charged me with everyone, including his leader, and then I trapped him. Yeah, it was ridiculous. So what I do is I send my skirmisher over here. I meant to hit move. So move the skirmisher over to the left side to watch for anyone incoming, and we actually saw him, so that's why we're sticking around here. I did my glider down south because it was the unit that could grab this village and the next one on the first, like immediately in one fell swoop. This auger ended up being quick, and so could have gotten here and could have done the same thing, but my glider wasn't in a position to get the village that the auger did first. So I saved a gold or two by doing it the way I did it. I think if I were to repeat this, I might switch that around and go for a northward glider to go over to the right side. I've moved my clasher, my fighter, over here to watch in case someone tries to take the right side down. Which feels right. So now he doesn't know where anybody is. He's still capturing villages. Takes a scout down, sees that I have a skirmisher. Moves back. Scouting down, sort of feeling out where my troops are. Remember, so that's what he can see. What he can't see is the fighter here, the clasher, and the glider. So he's going to take good terrain, because with this auger being quick, I can make it all the way to there. That, so far I agree with everything that he's doing, and I am nervous because he's playing very tight. I don't know that rogues are or thieves are a good unit here. Backstab is interesting, and he used it very well. But at the end of the day, it's piercing. Blade attack. And I'm resistant to blade. You want something with pierce? I guess maybe blade is the best option dwarves have, but surely there's some pierce somewhere in dwarves. So I see what he's trying to do. Because blade and impact. See, Thunderstick is pierce. That's terrifying. And with the defensive chances that my units have, I would go with more Thunderers, I think. I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure it's wrong, I'm just not sure it's right. You know? He's moving out. I've got a pretty good handle. So this is what I see, right? I'm not seeing that there's coverage from the rogues, and maybe I'm seeing these in just a second. Right now I'm not seeing that at all. So my first thought is, that's bold. Can I punish him? And the answer was not really, right? My auger can get up there, but steadfast means that all of his resistances are doubled, so that's not great. So I'm not quite that aggressive, shall we say. So I move out. I'm basically going to try and mirror him because this is good defensive tiling, and I want good defensive tiling, which is right here. So that's what I do. My thought is not to push and be aggressive because my drakes are lawful, and it's about to be nighttime. So I'm not really interested in being super aggressive right now, especially with the units that I have. So I'm going to take this area here. Now, I guess a small mistake on this turn is maybe after scouting with the burner and seeing this and moving here, I should have then scouted with the skirmisher just to make sure that that footpad was still where he was and there wasn't an opportunity to push up past when it's nighttime, because these are chaotic and that would be a good unit to push through. Especially with skirmish, I'd be able to cut past his line pretty effectively and get some villages. Now, the very next thing that I do is just that, right? I go out and I see that and I move back. Now, I've decided to stick it out here, which is also a mistake. RZB0, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I think this is also a mistake. And the reason is that this footpad with its movement, which I can see, cannot move past this forest. So there's no reason to be pushed this far forward. The idea is that if someone comes down this way, you do want to stop them on this 2 tile where you have good defense and you can outnumber 2 to 1, whatever the opponent is. But with these guys threatening to attack me, pulling back to here, or even back to here, to be able to support this squad a little bit better, would have been a better play. So over here, I'm trying to scout a little bit, but the Drake fighter just doesn't have the movement. Really, the furthest I can get to is, I think I go 1 more before having to retreat, because I do want to be able to cover on the right, on the middle with him as well. And what I see is I don't see anyone. I don't know that that's because there's no one to see, but I don't see anyone. And as it turns out, there would be no one for me to see except for this footpad in the far north. All right, cool. So he comes back. I move back center because his leader has been pushed out to the right now, and I want to be able to counter that. So I want my new units closer to his leader. And it's going to turn to nighttime. I'm against a neutral opponent. I'm going to rely on my chaotic units we grab an auger. He scouts out, sees that I'm still there, moves back. This footpad moves as far as it can, down here, makes sense. He's scouting. He sees that I've moved. He now sees the glider. As he moves his leader over here, I think he goes over here to try and recruit. He sees my fighter. All right, he grabs a poacher, which again seems interesting to me. Like, that close to a fighter. I guess it's nighttime, and so that seems fine. We've got a chaotic unit against a lawful unit. But fighters are beefy. And so I, in the next turn, really considered making an attack up here. But at the end of the day, it's not quite. I don't have quite the right units to punish him for that. It has Pierce and Chaotic. Yeah, honestly, actually, that was probably a really good play. The poachers. Why didn't... I would be confused then why he didn't go for more poachers. Because that's a really good way to punish my drakes. It would have been better to have a guy to shield it. Yeah. And, like, he could have chosen to come down here with his leader. And there's not a whole lot I could do about that. It'd be, kind of... It risks giving his leader damage, but that's probably fine with only one attacker able to hit him, it being nighttime, yada yada. It is more of a, DPS kind of unit, yep. Now he does something that really scares me, in that he takes this middle island, which has some really good defensive bonuses for dwarves. And he's able to really occupy it. It would have been nice to have a village closer to his leader. Yeah, definitely. If he's going to push out this way. But that seems to be something that he's not really concerned about. So this scares me because there's not a whole lot I can do against it. My tanky units are lawful. I don't want to give up this, but he's got a big, massive units here. So this is where I'm getting kind of worried at this point. Because there's not a whole lot I can do to chip into that. I really just have to bunker down and wait till day. We want to confirm that footpad is still here. There was enough movement that I thought maybe this one was that, and that's still there. No opportunity to sneak past. I want to just check. Did he still has that footpad here, so he can still sneak down this way. Actually, just close enough to bring him back to heal. Oh, I guess it is. Well, right there it is. If he brings the leader down, it's no longer a turn to get back. If he can push forward, that works. I think the skirmisher would have been better on the right side. Why do you say that? Because I'm not sure that I see a difference between the left and right side. Obviously, in hindsight, having the skirmisher over here, he could have snuck past the poacher to deal with that. So maybe that's what you're saying is, given the asymmetry, or given where the recruitment tiles are, this is sort of his recruitment area and this is my recruitment area, so having the skirmisher on this side makes more sense. I'm out of water. So like I was saying, we're kind of nervous about this because on the right side, the two tiles at the end allow for one to slip by. Oh, sure. I see. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So that makes a lot of sense because if I'm pushing up this way, if he's defending here, I'm stuck. But if he's defending here or here or here or here, there's always a way for a skirmish unit to sneak past. That makes a lot of sense. I'm definitely going to keep that in mind for the next time we play this map. Yeah. That's really intelligent. As it is, I decide that I need to sort of hang back and defend and wait till dawn. We don't want to just give them that village, so we're going to put our fighter on it. Fighter's pretty beefy, should be able to survive an attack or two. We're going to control this area where we have better defense. And then we're going to make sure we've got a second unit over here just to sort of help out, discourage attacks as much as possible. Now we do what we should have done the last turn, which is bring this skirmisher in to be able to better support. Because this footpad can't get past here. Do we recruit here? I think we do. We do not. We must not have enough gold. I think we were waiting because we wanted to get a burner. That's what it was. We wanted to get a burner, which is the most expensive Drake unit, to go up against all of these melee units. So he can't see that my leader's still here. He can't see that I have another unit hiding out in the fog over here. But other than that, he has a good handle on where my units are. And this is where I think he makes his mistakes. He comes out, sees the leader, sees that I didn't recruit. Pushes in. Now, also he got some bad luck here. Let's be real. This is a 40% defense tile for me, and he misses his shot. This was an interesting move, moving the poacher out to here instead of pushing down. I'm not sure about that. Footpad comes down, footpad comes down. I'm no longer guarding here. You can see that, and you can see where the skirmisher is. But he's staying out of where I can attack him. Here he doesn't have to worry about that because he can't see anyone that could stop him. That he played very well. He's effectively distracted me in the middle, and he's going to push down past me and take my villages. Yeah, exactly. He comes up over here with the guardsman. I think he does a spear attack. Yeah, does some damage. Fighter comes in. Does some damage. This footpad moves back, I think to prevent my glider from flying through everyone and starting to take villages. This confuses me. This right here confuses me. I think that should have been a backstab attack against the fighter. That would have been a 10/3 on someone that only needed 2 attacks to kill. And it's a 60% chance to kill. Or 60% chance to hit, which then makes, what, like a 65% chance to kill? So that feels like a mistake. I wonder if that was a misclick? Because that feels like where he loses momentum, is literally that one move. And then this other thief crosses the mountain to stand here and can't do anything. Now, granted, that stops me from curling around, so that might be a zone of control thing, which makes sense. And then he pushes. He pushes down to here. And now I know he's fully committed. Yeah, we're grabbing the center mountain. Yeah, maybe it should have been the center mountain. Like, it's all 70%. I suppose if he grabbed the center mountain, then I can fly through the middle and sweep around. So this probably makes more sense for that. But now I can grab the center mountain against him. I don't, as you'll see, because I want to deal with this instead of this. So now it's my turn. He's pushed to here, and he pushed after he recruited. That also confused me. Like, he recruited this thief after he moved. Which I think is also a mistake, right? Like, he should have moved and then recruited it closest to the action. I get a nice heal off here. We're gonna get 2 recruits off because I have gold. Or, no, 1 recruit and I move the clasher up. That's what it is. I get the burner that I wanted. And now, what really gave me the game over him was leadership. Having leadership on my flare allowed me to do a lot more damage than I should have otherwise been able to. So you start to see that I stack up leadership on my auger, and then on my burner, and then my skirmisher gets the kill, and then my auger gets some damage on there, and he's sort of protected at this point. A little bit, not a lot. We're gonna move up and do more leadership damage, and then the fighter on the village gets the kill there. Good stuff, good stuff. Move back down to try and get a little bit further away, just so that I'm not leaving my leader exposed. Now, I'm aware that there's a footpad somewhere over here and that he's probably pushing. I don't know that there's one on this side. But I feel like there's not a whole lot I can do about that. And I know that my burner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, can sort of start to move over here if I need him. First thing he does is retreat with the Thunderer. I think he's moving some units around. Puts the Thief here. As it's turning to day. And now he's going to get some backstab, which makes sense, and he's able to kill. But I don't know why. I feel like maybe that should have been the Poacher, or that should have been the Thunderer. He moves down. I can see him, but I can also attack him. With 2 if need be, right? Recruits the Thunderer, which is good. Oh, that's probably what it was. Now we can take the village. I think that's what he does. This, I didn't see. I didn't pay attention to that. Because I didn't realize that was coming, and so it sort of slipped under my radar as I'm playing. No, he doesn't even use the Poacher to take the village. He uses the Thunderer. And now the Thunderer is going to attack. See, that doesn't make sense. Now the Poacher comes down here and attacks the glider. Like, he's not concentrating fire effectively, I don't think. He has a chance for a backstab here. This one comes down, really effectively blocks me in. And right now I'm still up. Because these are his stats, because he made the game. The Thunder is better against the Drakes. I do agree. The Thunder is definitely the way to go because of piercing. And especially the low terrain bonuses that Drakes get. I think that's really good. So right now, he's down. And he is committed fully with chaotic units at the front at dawn against my lawful units. It just feels like not the best move. He does a backstab, does some damage against me. I'm gonna move some folks around to use my Clasher with leadership against the Poacher and just absolutely wreck the Poacher. And I'm going to do some more moving around to get the kill on my skirmisher to start getting experience on one unit. Which maybe wasn't the best way to think about it. So we need 14 experience to level this up. We need 14 experience to level up this augur. And I probably would just prefer a leveled up augur on this map, in this matchup, than the skirmisher. Because we know that at the end of the day, we need to be killing a stalwart, which is difficult to kill. Either way, we do it this way, we get the leadership bonus. We're also going to get a leadership bonus against this thief. Using our augur. We're gonna. We made the decision here and now to press our advantage on this side and sweep through his units and ignore his ability to take our villages, which was risky. But we were able to do it pretty well. We get leadership bonuses. We kill the other thief. We do ranged attack against that thief. Our augur takes the mountain, where they're on 60%. Does some magic attack. Our glider has marksman, which is useful here. And then the burner is going to finish out the thief here. Which is, so one attack does that. Maybe there's an argument to be said that I should have been here instead to get the leadership bonus, but I think that I think that wouldn't have changed anything. It would be a 7-4, and we need to do 8 damage. So I think this is still the best option. It's equally as likely. Get the kill. Pass the turnover. First thing he does, takes the village. He knows what he's on. He's trying to get a gold advantage. Runs away, takes a village. Takes a village. But the problem is, at this point, I have much stronger units than him, and it's daytime. Most of his units are chaotic. I've got a healthy mix of chaotic and non-chaotic. Look at that! You redeemed some channel points to highlight your message. Isn't that's exciting. Look at that cool cat. I need to play around with channel points and have them be useful for other things too. Yeah, that's just... He's so out of position right now. He's lost so many units. And he hasn't managed to kill any of mine. The thunder misses again. I don't remember who that thunder was attacking. Whether it was the skirmisher or the burner. I think it was the burner. This is the first game won in the tournament. Yeah, I'm very happy to have a win under my belt. That's gonna do really good things for self-confidence, you know? Make it a little bit easier to feel like we belong in this tournament, you know? Yeah, no, I'm super happy about it. One of these days I'm gonna get myself centered in the frame, and it's gonna look great. Okay. Yeah, he's just out of position. And I just sort of play that. He has economy. He's beating me in income. And he does for essentially the rest of the game. But I just am able to outmatch him. Because I outnumber him. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right now we're evenly matched, but my units are stronger than his. And now I'm up 1. We're going to heal this Drake. That was the mistake, actually. Because this glider was over here, right? Or here. 8 movement. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that was the mistake. That was the mistake. This game would have been over turns and turns before it was if this glider had gone north instead and started counter-taking villages. Because he's never able to get back up north, and so I can sort of collapse in on him, retake my villages, and just starve him to death. So that was actually a pretty big misplay on my part, coming down this way instead of going north. We're gonna use some leadership. The Clasher is really good against ranged units. Very happy with that. What am I doing here? Yeah, okay, we're getting the level up on that. That makes sense. The problem is, by doing that, I don't have good attacks against this Thunderer. Because I finally take a look at this and I'm like, oh shit, that is 20 attack against my burners, which have 40 health. If I attack with both of them, that's so much damage on me. But we risk it anyway. In retrospect, not having a skirmisher on the left actually helped. Yeah, kind of. And by left, do you mean right? If you'd gotten behind their lines earlier, they might not have charged down as much. I don't know. It seemed like he was just going. No worries. I figured you meant right. I think he was just going. I think that even if I had a skirmisher down here... Well, I suppose if I had a skirmisher over here, he probably wouldn't have pushed the stalwart down to here. But also at the same time, when I saw the big mountain full of units here, regardless of which side the skirmisher's on, he probably collapses towards the center. So, I'm not sure it would have changed anything. I don't think I had an opportunity to sneak past them. We never really hit that stalemate where we're sort of lined up in the center, because he just pushed straight in. So I don't think the sides actually mattered on my side, because for me, I just collapsed center, destroyed all of his units, and then sort of cleaned up from there. Yeah, so I play risky. And now I decide how risky I want to play. And I decide I want to play risky. He's at 17. We can sort of shield. And he misses, luckily. Which I shouldn't take for granted, because that's a 70% chance to hit. And then I'm able to hit my first shot, and so he doesn't get a chance to attack. Now we're in a really good spot. We have dealt more damage than we should have, and we've taken more damage, and we've taken less damage than we should have. Which is exactly where you want to be. And actually, it's pretty significant, and that's because of the times that the Thunder Guard missed, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we're up 100 gold here, which is ridiculous. Yeah, no, it's a huge advantage. And it's sort of at this point where I'm starting to think, oh, this is inevitable. We're going to win this. But what he's able to do is take my starter keep and really just make it annoying. And so I'm thinking I'm going to finish this pretty quickly, and he really drags it out. Gets another thief. He's getting cheap units also, which is definitely helping him, and he's taking my villages. And right now he controls most of the villages of the map, which is definitely not great. Like, his income is huge, but I have momentum. And so he's gonna sort of centralize his units as much as possible. I decide I want to take the villages back. This is sort of my second mistake. Instead of fighting for these villages, I should be taking the free ones up top. So from here, I can't get there in one turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I can in 2, and I should have gone for that. Because at this point, he's boxed in, and I have some of my starter villages, which means that if I can take all of his, that's it. And I don't do that. So that sort of drags us out. I'm going to take this opportunity to heal my units a little bit. But also I've got a level 2. And I want to get I want to get this burner leveled up. So I'm feeling really good. I've got more powerful units than him, and I have more units than him. And I want to sort of push that. So I do some damage on the footpad. Do some more damage. And we managed to get a level up into a burner. Now I've got 2 level 2s. And at this point, I'm like, this is over. Just concede already. I put the auger in the center, take the village back. I can heal units. I'm going to move over to this side. He's on this side. I want to prevent him from moving back. I want to keep him locked in. Clashes are powerful. It's a good unit to have. Going to drop over here. And now, what do I do? I think in hindsight, I would go for an auger here. Because I know it's just difficult to get damage on the stalwart, and having magic is important. What do I end up doing? I go for an auger. Okay, I agree with that. His turn. He's continuing his track of taking my villages. And now he's able to zone of control and just drag this out. By putting a Thunderer here, which against all of my ranged units is a mess. And he recruits a Thief here, which is hard to hit and cheap. Pulls back, pushes up, and he's gonna move this Thief over here so that I can't crash in on the guard. I'm in 40% right now. So 7-3 is a 60% chance of hitting. Probably going to do some serious damage to me. And it looks like he does. We were at 25. Okay, so it's less. So it's 6 damage. He did 12 damage to me. Puts the Thief that was here, goes over there, puts him to 5. From 12 to 5. So that was 2 hits. Yeah, again, 60%. I guess that kind of makes sense. He's hitting a little bit more of his attacks than the most probable situation. And then he's able to move his other Thief up to finish off my level 2. And because it's an intelligent Thief, that immediately levels it up. That's not great. My first thing to do is my level 2 against his level 2, I miss every attack. All 5 of them. Now the Clasher clashes in, hits once. So I'm not able to kill this turn, which is annoying. And causes some problems. But we're going to deal with some of these other units. Get a level up. The damages were such that it didn't matter whether they had leadership or not. I'm going for another auger because nighttime and they're on keep tiles, so being able to hit them is important. Sort of same strategy. We're going to use some leadership to try and get some damage dealt. We do some, not a lot. We're going to do the same again. This time we actually get some damage dealt. We move the glider over here. I wonder if knowing that he's going to retreat back, if a better option for the glider would have been to cut across. We've got 8 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That sort of prevents him from being able to cut me off in the same way that he ends up doing. I'll just play through this. He kills my clasher. Throws a unit here. Stops me from circling around. Gets a Thunderer, which is annoying. This backstab kills my level 2. Because that's a 8, which is 16 against the Augur. It just needs to hit twice, and it's got a 60% chance to do so. And unfortunately it does. So now we've lost 2 level 2 units, both to this one rogue that is now getting dangerously close to level 3, which is starting to terrify me. So we're gonna kill it and get another burner. We get our village back. Now we've got 6 out of the 14, which means he's got 8 out of the 14. We're sort of evenly matched on villages. I have more experienced and more powerful units, so I'm still trying to rely on that to win this. I'm gonna kill some more units, use leadership, do some more damage. We don't use leadership here because it's a level 2, so there's no leadership to be had. Thunder does damage. And then you're able to take the kill, preventing me from leveling up. He's going to keep rotating around and using zone of control to prevent me from getting to his leader. And now my burners are not great against these Thunderers. So I recruit a... Here I've decided that I need to starve him. So I recruit a glider. And I take almost too long to do that. But we managed to kill that. We take one of his spots for recruiting, which I thought was important. We use leadership to try and do some extra damage. We don't. We're going to retreat and heal there. And our glider's going to come around to try and put pressure on his stalwart. Thunder does 20 damage to my level 2. That doesn't feel good. Thunder does 20 damage to my level 2. That really doesn't feel good. And now I'm starting to see how fragile my Drakes are. And because up until this point, the 30% defense hasn't really mattered. It just sort of, they're tanky enough that it hasn't mattered. But the glass cannons that are Thunderers are able to really take advantage of that. His Guardsman takes the kill, gets a lot of experience and is close to leveling up. Terrifies me. He recruits another Guardsman. We are not in a good place right now. Does some damage there. I move up to here. I know it only takes 3 experience to level him up. And maybe there's a better way to do this where I go Augur, Glider, and use leadership to do extra damage, and then use the burner. But I get excited because I see 6-5, which is 30 damage. And it's on it's 70% right now. So that feels like I can do a lot of damage, and I don't really calculate it out. But perhaps the better way of doing it would have been going, so let's say 6x3, which is actually 5x3 against the Guardsman, which is back to 6x3. No, so 5x3 against the Guardsman, plus 3x3, which is the sort of the yeah, so 3x3, 5x3, both have 70% chances to hit. And then we also get to do the 7-5 afterwards. That was probably a better way to do it. What happens is we get him 1 experience away from leveling up, which feels really scary at 16 life. Looking at the chances, using the glider doesn't make sense. So we pop him off. I'm gonna starve him. The other glider takes this village back for us. And now we rely on our leader to take the kill. We get lucky and hit every single of our 70% shots. Which on 4 attacks, it's like a quarter, 25%, 24% chance of happening. So we got lucky. Let's be very clear here. We got lucky on this turn. Had that guardsman leveled up, I think we would. He might have made he might have won that game. We're gonna go back and heal now. It's about to be day. Things aren't great. Thunderers do damage. He recruits a fighter. Guardsman moves in. Thunderer does damage. He can't miss. And then he does this. That feels like a huge mistake. That should have been this guardsman. Because he makes that attack and he misses. And he does that. And then he moves out to try and get zone of control. Prevent attacks back. And we all know what happens here. I recruit, come over, do some damage, get dealt a little bit of damage back, and now I'm like, oh shit. This is exactly what happened to both of my burners previously. I'm at 41, he's got 2 Thunderers. We cannot let that happen. Do some damage. We're just barely 1 hit away from killing him. We come in here hoping to sort of distract, do something. And now he starts his onslaught. Zombie attacks. And gets very close to killing me, but doesn't. Gets a Ulfsirker. I think I'm just going to play it now. Because we kind of know how this ends up. At this point, I'm able to start starving him. We get out of here, and we win the game. So we just play it full speed. I think turn 20 he surrenders, so... Again, mistake here. I should have gone straight south to block him in completely. But I've got a clasher. I'm recruiting. I want to keep my leader healing. Keep taking his villages. He surrenders. Yeah, so that was a really good game. Mistakes on both sides, but we were able to keep momentum while he kept gold, and then we eventually were able to starve him of his gold. I should have looked for ways to starve him much earlier. The undead play was so cool. Yeah. And I call it the undead play because it's what the AI does in a lot of campaigns. I'm thinking specifically of the Heir to the Throne campaign where you're at the central castle and you need to survive 12 turns against 3 Lich Lords. And there are zombies after zombies after zombies after zombies. And if you recall all your level 3s, what they do is they'll send one zombie at a level 3, it'll die, but it'll do some damage first, and they'll just keep replacing it with more and more zombies. And eventually kill your units that way. Yeah, suicide bombers, exactly. Not as many as round 1, game 1. Yeah, we learned. We learned. This is. I mean, my whole goal here is, if I go 2 and 4 in rounds, I'll be very happy, because this is my first tournament, first time playing, and this is really my first experience with competitive multiplayer, Wesnoth. So. I'm pleased with this. I've got some lessons that I learned from it in stealing gold away from the enemies. So we've learned something important in each game, right? So round 1, game 1. What did we learn? How did we lose that game? positioning? Oh, implicit support. Implicitly supporting our troops without sort of explicitly clumping up. That's what we learned in game 1. Game 2, we really identified that well, and we were able to use some of the positioning on the map to support our troops better, but we overcommitted in our attacks. And we got punished by staying too long. Also not buying too many scouts. Yes, that was another thing that we learned, right? In game 1. Game 2, we learned to not overcommit, and we learned to focus fire better. Focusing on the assassin on that one pivotal turn was not correct. If we were going to stay in combat, and really the best thing to do would have been to not stay in combat and pull back. Game 3, we learned about starving our opponent, because we could have done that much better than we did. So those are sort of the takeaways that we are learning as we progress through this tournament. And I'm super excited to keep going and see what happens next. So we'll do game 2, and hopefully if there is a game 3, we'll also do game 3 at the same time this Friday. Same time, so that'll be 6:30 Mountain. Yeah, tune in then. Gonna be some exciting stuff, because now we have a real shot at winning this round and pulling ourselves back into the tournament in a real way, and I'm excited for it. So hopefully you all will tune in for that as well if you can. And if not, the VOD will be on Twitch for as long as Twitch lets the VOD stay up. So make sure to check that out. Thank you to all the new followers. We're really pushing our way through that. I'm appreciative of all of you. Thanks to the new subscribers, all the good stuff that lets me keep doing this. I'm having a lot of fun, and it sounds like everybody here is too. So I think that's going to do it for tonight, though. Thank you all for tuning in, and let's do a raid. This is. First, let me check. I don't think anyone else is playing Wesnoth. If there's anyone on Twitch playing Wesnoth right now, I'm going to send you to them. If not... Let's see. Wow, there are 4 viewers on Battle for West. Oh, it's my channel. They're all on my channel. Hey, Rylar, thank you for that subscription. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes. Oh, and I should mention, when we get back to playing campaigns, which is another thing that I do when I play Wesnoth, subscribers get to name a unit after them in the campaign. A+ effort tonight. Thank you. Appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, and I learned a lot, and that's sort of always the goal. Anyway, we're going to raid... Australian streamer by the name of El Funko that I follow. So if you're looking to keep the Twitch times going, he'll be streaming for a while because of time zones. And he's a great dude. He's playing some PUBG, which is an action game. You're probably aware of it. It's a Battlegrounds game. El Funko is the name of the channel. And they are streaming mostly shooters, but they're really intelligent about the way they play, and it's been fun for me to watch that. So I'm probably going to hang out in his chat for the rest of the night, and you are welcome to as well. Either way, as we go over there, be respectful, be happy, spread some joy and love around, and, say hi. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Thank you, friends. And I will catch you all on Friday.
Oh, I said updating driver never hurts when they change things.
Check
So,
out
like,
the raid.
if
Welcome.
I get a bolt action, I'll swap you back for
Yeah,
AR
that's
one.
cool.
Sorry, Will, I didn't mean to. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're fine. There's somebody over here to the southeast shooting suppressed. I'm gonna go take a peek. I think they're in town, maybe.
We just started. Just
I don't really have
started
eyes.
doing
Boy, this
little
haze
bonus stream.
looks pretty good.
I like the color palette of the light here. This is nice.
They changed the lighting for this.
This is new. Yeah, I have not seen this before. Either I haven't played it.
Maybe that's what's causing the fucking pitching.
Hopefully, yeah, you may just not have any
game.
It may have caching problems or something right now.
Possibly. It seems a little.
Or if you haven't updated your driver in a bit, then
it could have also just been the start of the map. Like it doesn't like a lot of people.
Yeah.
All playing the
game.
game.
I'm running for me, 170, 180 pretty constantly right now.
I really. Yes, please. I messed up by buying a 1440p monitor. I should have really gone 1080.
I love, like, if I were doing a monitor right now, I would buy one of. I actually think the 360 hertz monitors are probably worth it. Probably not so much for PUBG, but if you play anything that you can get to that kind of frame rate, like Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever.
It's true. I'm playing with Will and Mike.
Fucking amazing to have the higher refresh rate.
Yeah, that low latency NVIDIA stuff.
When did that come out? There's a dead person
the 360?
That looks like Dorothy's
probably a bot.
They announced it last year, right? And then it just sort of came out.
They announced them at CES. I've had it for maybe 4 months. They sent me one to test.
It's so it's nice. Like a 300. You can get like 300 frames.
360 hertz, yeah.
Well, it can it can refresh at 360 hertz, but then you have to hit the frame rate, which is my
but you theoretically, if you had the power to do it, you could.
Because like my monitor can do like 166, but I never hit the frame rate for that because I'm in 1440 for the native res, which is a little spicy.
Yeah. Is it just buttery smooth or what? It just sounds like it'd be amazing.
It is indistinguishable. Like it's
great
bonkers.
Straight ahead, and there's people.
Okay, on the ridgeline, I see him.
There's at my mark.
I just knocked someone at 2.
We got.
Is that you shooting, Funko?
That's no.
Oh, behind us. Behind us. Oh, we're in between 3 squads here.
Yeah, let's get over the ridge.
Let's go west.
Funko, don't get knocked.
I hope you get out of there, Funko. Fuck! Oh my God! What the fuck? Why is? What the fuck? Oh my God! There's a
Discord there's people fucking everywhere,
now, and it just almost got me killed.
Okay.
Why is there a Discord overlay? I gotta turn this off.
Oh no.
So there's 4 squads shooting at us now.
Yeah, at least. I'm going up to the top of the hill.
Oh my God! I see more people. This is insane.
We are in the middle of every fucking fight on the map right now. Ow.
You can get to me. There's cover where I'm at.
Ow, thanks for suppressing, Funko.
You're welcome.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, I'm almost dead.
You should heal.
Yeah. I have to disable this Discord overlay.
Faraday, thanks for
the
44 months here too.
Problematic.
Hello.
Yeah, if I had a 1080p as my monitor's native res, it would be way easier to hit that reliably at like 100 plus.
There's people fighting in this ridge in front of us. I'm gonna go help whoever
Actually,
wins.
why don't we go back to that spot that we're at? Because that's like the only the spot's right here safe. It's on the edge of the circle.
It's got cover, yeah. I don't hate this.
Yeah, okay.
What's that?
Okay.
Do you think
No, I was just saying.
that works.
No. I think it's good.
Fine.